Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our weekly live stream here on YouTube from Skokstudio Vocal Instruction. It's so good to have you join us tonight. And if you watch our replays, we say thank you so much. We're here tonight. We're here every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So you can always tune in and we're so glad you're here. I don't want to sit and talk. It's all about the singers. So tonight we have one singer. What we do on our live streams is that singers work on things that they're working on in the lessons. So it's kind of like an open to the world voice class. So tonight we have Melissa, and she will introduce herself and talk with you about what she's going to sing. So welcome, welcome, and welcome, Melissa.
Thank you, Heidi. Hi, I'm Melissa Fuson. I am going to be singing I Get a Kick Out of You. Heidi, I don't know if you wanted to talk a little bit about the character building that we talked about
Yes, why don't
today
you
in
do
the
that?
lesson.
Tell everybody you have a gig coming up. It's fabulous.
Yes, I'm from Pittsburgh, and I have a gig coming up with Aria 412. It's a wonderful local organization here that gives local singers opportunities to sing. And I just recently auditioned, and this is my first gig with them. It's at Heartwood Acres, and so it's an outdoor venue. And
Can you tell everybody how you got to this point?
oh my
The
gosh,
people may
yes.
benefit from that.
Yes, I never thought I would get to this point, let alone at age 52. I have a degree in vocal performance from Carnegie Mellon University. It's where I know Heidi from. And, struggled with my voice as a singer, as an individual, and um, fortunately and gratefully have been teaching voice from a private studio here in my home for the past 20 plus years. And I was happy being a teacher. I love my students. I love what I do, but never really ventured past a choral singer personally. And so last year I found Heidi on Facebook, and she was doing belting, which blew me away. And I was so impressed and have always wanted to teach that. So connected with Heidi and decided I really need to study with her. And I now confidently feel like I can belt and teach pop music, and it's so a great addition to my studio because it was mainly musical theater and classical. But wow, what has Heidi done for me over this past year? Not just really helped me find my mezzo soprano and find my sound, but find myself. And can you hear me, Heidi? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Um, I I lost track of my thought there. Um, so I found my voice with Heidi, but not just as a singer, but I found who I am, and I found mindset and positive thinking, and really manifesting what I want out of myself, out of my voice, out of my studio of teaching. So I thank Heidi for everything that you have done to really get me to this point where I feel confident enough to put Melissa as the singer out into Pittsburgh and maybe elsewhere. So I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited for this
Yeah,
year. We
I'm
have
too.
goals in mind, and I think and you taught me that is so important to have goals and time management and everything that they talk about in school. It really does. You have to have a focus and you have to have a time frame. And I did recordings with Heidi, and wow, never thought I'd do that. So Heidi, you give your students so many opportunities to really succeed and grow. And here I am, stepping out as a singer. No, not just focusing on as a teacher. So I think it was last Tuesday you had a master class on, I'm going to get my notes here, on how to build character. And, I've always known about building a character, but never delved into as in depth as you do with your character building. So this information that you have given your students and those that have sign up for these master classes, wow, what a great resource for me. And I've used it. This past this past week, I was in New York for a niece's graduation, and so and visiting colleges for my youngest. And in the car, I brought out my binder here with my how to build a character paperwork, and I sat there for 2 hours in the car, really developing my character of Reno from Anything Goes. And so we talked about that today and how important it is that I have found that, and you have said this before, Heidi, look at the lyrics, look at the text, really look at it. I've always told my students, look at it like it was a monologue, and understand the text, really delve into the character, and by doing this character analysis, really helped me dive deeper into the lyrics. And it makes singing so much easier because, like you said, Heidi, you're not focusing on, oh, is this note right, or am I approaching this correctly? It's all about the character, the character's emotions, the character's being, just singing, and not Melissa singing.
Right.
That's the difference.
And then you'll find that you're not nervous
Right, absolutely.
because
So you're coming in and out, Heidi. Just so you're
Can you hear
aware.
me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, no worries.
You become the character instead of Melissa on stage. Everybody's looking at me. How many people are in the audience? What does the
Yes.
producers think of me? Blah, 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 blah. That doesn't matter. What their
Yes.
opinion is does not matter to you.
Right.
What matters to you is who am I, where am I, why am I doing this, what am I saying? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And as you
Yes.
learn from my character building class, that it's deep. We go pretty deep with the build.
And what I like about it and what we really discussed today during my lesson is that I delved deeper than I did last week, just reviewing it with you and learning more about Reno as me, talking in the first person and not talking third person. So that was really helpful as well. But I'm so looking forward to your next master class, which is how to
Get into the
get
character.
into the
yeah.
character. So I highly recommend everybody taking your classes because it really
you.
does make a huge difference.
It does. It's you want to start with the character before you even start with the music.
Yes.
And you said, tell everybody, you told me today that it made it so much easier for you to learn the music by having worked the character and the text first.
That's very, very true because the character and the text
Wait, paused. We may have lost her for a minute. Hello. Okay, I think we may have lost her for a second. If so, we'll just pause here and wait for her to come back on. She'll pop back on. So while we're waiting for her to come back, let me tell you all a little bit, since she brought it up, about my masterclass that I did last week on how to build a character. Yeah, she dropped off. She'll be coming back. Oh, there you are.
Here
Okay,
I
well,
am.
you're back. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was talking and then you just left. But
Yeah.
no, but absolutely. I think the lyrics, the character come through the music. And learning that first, I thought made it so much easier because you're not second guessing. The lyrics really are the rhythm. The rhythm comes from the lyrics, so it's just makes it much easier to learn.
Right.
Yes.
All right, let's go to it.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. So my character is Reno Sweeney, and she is she is a nightclub singer in New York in the 1920s. But she, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
okay.
Thank
You're not
you.
sorry. I am a nightclub singer. We're frozen again. But what a nice frozen face. So smiley and happy. I love it. Oh, dear friends. As we learn, we keep going with the flow. You know, you
Back
always go
to,
with. There you go. You
oh,
were
are
frozen.
you there? Oh,
Yeah, you were
did you
totally
hear me
frozen.
though?
We didn't hear anything.
Oh gosh. Well, it's saying my internet is unstable.
Okay, yeah, there you go. It's
Can
okay.
you check the, make sure that the
We
plug
had
is,
one
it's
other.
all the way plugged in? I'm gonna check all of my outlets and
Okay,
make
that's
sure we're
cool.
all,
We had
give
we
me
had one other
one,
singer to we had one
give
other
me
singer
one,
today with internet stuff. That's
okay, give me
okay.
1 sec.
Take your time. Well, while we're waiting, I'll tell you all
So I'm so
about the.
sorry about that.
That's okay. Okay.
I
Well,
think
I'll
I'm
tell
all
it to
plugged
you
in.
later.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to tell everybody about my master class that you already told them about it though, so I don't need to give more details because you gave. I was going to give more details while we were as filler, while we wait for our main act to show up,
Right,
which is you.
okay. Yes, yes. So here we go. Anything goes. I get a kick out of you. I am singing to my friend Billy.
Yeah, you were kind of telling us a little bit about the character. Can you tell just a few
Oh,
more minutes when it froze?
yes, yes, yes. Um, I am a nightclub singer, but interestingly so, my previous career was an evangelist. So I went from being an evangelist to a nightclub singer. So I have that. I like to jokingly say sinner saint type of thing going on here with, trying to get to as many people as possible. And I feel like I'm making more money as a nightclub singer than as an evangelist. So here I am. And Billy, I met through. This is how I am perceiving my relationship, my beginning relationship with Billy. So as Heidi has recommended, we sometimes we have to bring in fillers into the character to understand where the character is coming from, how their relationships were developed. That might not be in the script. So that's what's really cool about this, is you're really building an imagination within this character. So Billy is my friend. He treats me completely different from all the other guys that I've interacted with, and he's just very respectful, very nice, and that's just not the normal guys that I encounter in my career. So I've allowed some of my barriers to come down and have allowed him into my life and into my heart, and I think I'm falling for this guy, but he's not seemingly falling for me. So I'm a little confused, and I don't understand why this particular guy I have let into my life. So this song kind of talks about how everything in life bores me and doesn't thrill me and intrigue me, yet this man Billy seems to. So here we go. Can you still hear me? Okay, good. My story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I know in the case, when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui, and I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some get a kick from cocaine, I'm sure that even if I took one sniff, that would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick though it's clear to me you obviously don't adore me. I get no kick in a plane. Flying too high with a guy in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. Yet I get a kick out of you.
So tell me that you were not nervous.
I was not nervous. I don't have it completely memorized yet, but partially.
That's okay.
So, no, I really felt good about this. I have to be honest. I think this is the first time singing a live stream that I really had no nerves.
It was very visible to me. Yep.
Isn't that crazy? And
it's wonderful.
And I just literally started learning this last week. And
yes.
But once again, I didn't focus on the music.
Right.
I focused, the very first thing I did was I printed out the lyrics and I started just reviewing that. And that was before your masterclass. Masterclass was last Tuesday. We left on Wednesday. On Thursday was a graduation. Friday we traveled to Massachusetts for a college visit. And that's when I brought out I took my backpack with my materials. I took out my notepad and just started character. And
it's obvious. Yep.
It really made a difference. And in my sleep, I mean, seriously, in my sleep, I'm saying lyrics. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you agree. You live and breathe it.
Yes. Well, I was going to tell you a technique that a lot of singers have used, and I know that I've heard from other colleagues and I've used myself, is that if I'm memorizing something, I tend to work on it right before I go to bed. Look at it right before you go to bed because it'll stay. Chances are. But the only problem with that is that it just tends to play over and over and over again, and I can't get to sleep.
That's my problem.
So anymore, I don't do that because I'm a mindful person, and so I like to have a quiet, mindful time before I go to sleep. So I don't do that anymore. I've found other ways to learn to memorize, and it's simply, I've memorized so many things now by just getting in, knowing the character.
Yes.
And in reading those things as the character and going over and over and over the text as the character.
Yes. And I feel like I'm farther along with the memorization than I would have been had I done this as I had done in the past, which was just like writing the lyric over and over and over again.
But exactly.
Yeah, it really makes a huge difference.
So you didn't have one thought of what's the next word, although you were looking.
No.
So who cares? That won't. Yeah.
Right, that was yes, but and I think that's the key. You're not thinking, what is the next word? And
that's right.
And yes,
that's right.
I messed up some words here and there.
Who cares? That'll come.
But isn't that funny? Because I didn't care. I was like, whatever. In the past, I would never have reacted that way. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I messed up.
Right. Doesn't matter.
But you're absolutely right. Mistakes are made. They're meant to be made so that we can be better.
Yes, and I do believe if you're truly in the character, you won't forget the words. I've proven that for myself.
Yeah.
I used to get thoughts, what's the next word? What's the next word? And if I'm in the character, I don't get that.
Right.
It's just moment to the next moment to the next moment as the character.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it really does eradicate this, what's the next word, or any kind of a stage fright. It really, really does.
Yeah. I thank you for that. I'm so glad you gave that class.
Oh,
especially
thank you.
before
Yeah.
I have to sing.
Yeah. It's
thank
helpful.
Thank goodness this is before the 12th.
Yeah. Good. This was wonderful. Thank you so much for popping on tonight.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You've made so much progress. The only thing I can add to that is when you initially forgot something, then you said sorry. Don't just act like like you're the character. Act like the character forgot something and just stay in there.
Yes, good
Let me
point.
tell you, I made a recording, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear it. My recording of Baba, of the Act 2 entrance of Baba on YouTube. I messed up a word there. What I can't remember now. At the séance, it was at the séance a few days ago, and I suddenly couldn't get it out of my mouth, and I went, this is at the séance, and it like was like a stutter, and
Yeah,
I was
but it
gonna.
was effective.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say to my producer, Frank, oh my gosh, Frank, I got to do that again. And then I looked at it and I thought, no, that's the character would stutter.
Yes.
The character
yes.
in her, crazy mode, because by then she's really starting to lose her mind. Come on, you know
Right.
that you said this, or that you touched my throat at the séance the other night,
Yes.
and so it actually works. And I left it.
I have to say, I've watched that several times, and it's so believable.
Oh, thank
I
you.
thought it was intentional. I really did.
Oh, good.
Because
Yeah,
it was
I'm-
so in the character, and she
It was-
was
yeah.
just so worked up, and
Yes.
it really fit it well.
Thank you. That's why I stuttered, because I was, and it just, but it's okay if it's in the character. Then we can
Right.
let these little so-called flaws exist. You
Yes.
see?
Yes.
And all of my coaches that I work with said, leave it. That's the character.
Right.
So I don't want to be one of those performers that's just, I got to get this all absolutely right and do everything so I make everybody happy. No, I did that for a long time as a soprano, and I got nowhere. Except into deeper and deeper roads that weren't where I was supposed to go. So I'm saying now I don't worry about all that, and I bring the text and how would I feel this text.
Right.
That's what I want to have come across in the end, and then the
Yes.
voice just follows.
Very, very true.
We do the voice work, but then we let it go.
Yes.
We let it go when we go to the performance, and we trust that it's going to be there.
Exactly.
What we've worked on. Yeah.
Yes.
You're awesome. Thank you for your
Thank
growth. Your
you.
growth has been tremendous in so many ways. I'm so proud of you.
And what's exciting in so many ways other than as a singer.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
it really
really,
has.
this kind of work does not only makes us better singers, but it makes us better people. Not only for ourselves, but for the world.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what we're in times now. We need that.
Yes.
We need betterment all around. And thank you for being that betterment.
Thank you for helping me. I
You're
appreciate
so
it.
welcome. You're so welcome.
You're a wonderful mentor.
Thank you. And you're a wonderful singer and teacher.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. All of our love here from Skok Studio. We thank you so much when you click like on any of our videos. We grow organically with your love. It's like a garden that you put the food into and the water. So, and we need our sunlight, which is your love. And we also thank you when you push the subscribe button. We're growing organically. I think we started off a few months ago with just, I don't know, like 17 or 19 subscribers, and now we're closing in towards 50. So that's how we grow, and we thank you so much. And we'll see you next Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I love you. Have a beautiful week.